Hello, hello. Welcome to day 5. I thought I would do this one not during one of my walks with the camera kind of going crazy. So, if you are chiming in and this is your first time watching any of the series for the 75 Hard, welcome. I'm Connie Kircher. I serve as an elite entrepreneur coach. I'm doing the 75 Hard Challenge for the third time since 2020. And currently, we live in St. Thomas, USVI. So, if you see the boat a rockin'. That is where I'm doing the live stream from. There's like a really cool kind of like little beach party happening right now. So you got some background music for today's video. That's not my music, I can tell you that. We just had a little charter come in over there, and I was just going to give you a recap that all of my tasks are completed for the 75 hard challenge except for the gallon of water because it's only 2:30. So I still have the rest of the day to finish that piece up. But I wanted to give you an update that the beach behind me about 2 hours ago was going to be my 45-minute outdoor walk. It was beautiful, like you can see right now. But as I started to do the walk, it downpoured the entire time. The entire beach just cleared out. I was the only one there. So just for an example that, I knew I had this 45-minute window that I wanted to get that done. It wasn't ideal. I thought I actually would get some beautiful sun in as if I'm getting it right now. But that's just kind of the way it goes, right? So we made it to the gym this morning. We had a wonderful lunch. And then right away, I was like, let me just crank out the second workout. We could kind of see some clouds coming in on this side. You can see that they're still a little dark. But I wanted to absolutely just give myself some time on a Saturday to enjoy that walk. And it just was pouring rain the entire time. Now, no complaints because it really, really did cool me down. But when you think about the habits that you're building, there's going to be 5 things I'm going to talk about in this video. So if you've not subscribed or you've not given me a thumbs up for giving you just these little real life tidbits, not something I do in the formal entrepreneur training, not something I touch base on, but really the behind the scenes of how do I do this every single day, even if motivation is fleeting, your discipline is what you rely on. And so the first one is, are you tracking your progress? So when we started in October, I have a habit tracker that I'm happy to share with you all. It's actually a free download on my Linktree where I have the 5 moving parts of 75 hard because again, I know that once I get something out of my head onto paper and I can get that dopamine hit of something being completed, but I have about 9 other tasks that I get completed for myself, for the business, that I will not break the chain in, right? So one of them is doing these YouTube lives so that I can document and share and be real, transparent and vulnerable and honest of how it is to fit this in every single day and how you pace yourself and kind of some tips to make sure that something that feels very time heavy can be very, very, minimalized, right? So 1 hour of your day is 4% of your day if you break that down. So when you break down, a 45-minute walk for me to get on the beach and I paddleboarded in, started my walk right away and then paddleboarded back an hour. When your brain wants to go into procrastination or that is going to be too much, tell yourself, I say this all the time, that's 4% of my day. You can do anything in an hour. You'd be amazed how much you can actually get it done in an hour, but how much you overestimate and overthink that. So first piece is, as you start any new journey, make sure before you start. So on October 1st, I created the habit tracker that I knew I wanted to complete in these 75 days above and beyond what the actual 5 action steps are in the program. So I mean, my first tidbit is whatever habit tracker you use, if it's a paper, if it's an app that you use, if you have a different way of doing a dashboard, if it's a daily journal, a daily devotional, having that power of every single day seeing progress is a huge part of the process. Second is making sure that you actually start small. So I'm not trying to kill it in the first 5 days, right? I'm not trying to kill it even the first 2 weeks. I'm going to pace and make sure that I know this is a marathon to get through these 75 days. It is not for me to, make something that's unsustainable for days and days and weeks until I start resenting this type of lifestyle. And so, it really hasn't been that much of a game changer. It's just making sure I'm hitting the 45-minute mark on the dot. Like that's the piece that I want to make sure that I'm staying true to. So I can trust myself that I'm not like skipping out at 35 minutes because I want to, but it's truly the 45 minutes. Just again, Not because the 45-minute is a piece that's going to change your life. It's the piece that you say you're going to do the 45-minute experience so that you do the 45-minute experience, right? So that everything else that you say and you commit to, you actually follow through on. Okay. So, second piece on that is be very realistic. Do not start with, trying to hit it out of the park, no matter if it's 75 hard chart, it's 75 hard challenge. It's something new that you're starting in your business. It's something new that you're, stepping in for your sales team to start in quarter 4. I cannot emphasize enough to slow the process down so that you can sustain it. I've even heard, in several trainings I've activated from research is like, if you can't do this time next year, don't even start it, right? Like if you can't sustain whatever operational step you're adding in, whatever new habits you're building into, like, why would you do it for such just a short term unless there is a specific outcome to the infrastructure, to, a specific, time sensitive goal? If you can't sustain it for the next year, why put all this inertia and time and, pre-steps planning to get it done? Just think that through a little bit. Third piece that I lean into, just for my own first 5 days, is to really make sure that you stay humble in the beginning, because the first 5 days do not always feel like the hardest. I'm still really high in the motivation. I'm really excited, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, right? To be like, oh, I've got this in the bag. Like I won't forget a step. I won't forget to take the progress picture. And again, that translates to so many of us, is that if you are building something new, but you have transferable skills, sometimes we get really out of our, thought process to go, it is in the details. It is making sure that you follow through on those details and not missing those. And so if you find yourself sometimes struggling in this space of, man, I just cannot execute, Connie, right? Like I just can't. I do the planning. It's a time block for me. I have the best of intention. I lay out the outfit. I'm going to go, I have the time block on my calendar. I bought the, specific program that I swore I was going to learn for the next 14 weeks. Think about the execution of, I'm going to start small. I'm going to start sustainable, but that's actually where I need to spend my time. It's not in so much the pre-planning now. I'm all in. I need to be activating these walks. I need to be activating my workouts. I don't need to be overthinking those pieces. And then there's a cycle of you being able to refine. So if you watch this video series, you're going to hear me, say that this is like sustainable for 5 days. I have not done anything to write home about. Okay. It's like I have PR'd anything, or I've, done this amazing 45-minute run on the beach. It really has been something that I can sustain. I can enjoy. I can, know that, like, okay, you're still excited about this, Connie, but on day 42, are you going to be as committed as you are on day 5? And that's when I ground myself to go like, yep, I know I want to keep enough gas in the tank so I can make it through and enjoy the 75 days for this, series, for you to be able to see how to make this sustainable, because I know I'm going to have different weeks throughout the next, 4 to 8 weeks, actually, that there's going to be different times that priorities are going to be way higher than the 75 hard experience, but I want to make sure that still gets completed. Okay. So those are a couple nuggets that I want to just reflect on. Again, I thought it'd be super fun to just like chime in on the laptop and not just from my phone. Again, we are so blessed that we are enjoying the rest of our afternoon here. Yeah, look at those clouds. It might be a little rainy. So if you're watching the video, I'd love to hear your experience with 75 hard. Has this sparked your interest? Have you heard about 75 hard? If so, make sure that you put that in the comment section. And then definitely give me some feedback in today's video and tomorrow's of if there's some specific areas where you feel like you have resistance in creating habits, in executing every single day, and the philosophy of winning every single day. Like, I'm not worried if I'm going to complete this on day 37, or if I'm going to, get so overwhelmed on day, 62. All I'm worried about is today. I need to complete my 5 tasks and I need to win today. And so if that would be something you'd like to, get more kind of techniques on, or different mindset hacks, or for you to be able to just lean into more of the day-to-day structuring, and how I make sure that no matter, again, if I'm feeling great or feeling, a little off, how do I keep stepping into this best version of myself and make sure that I'm utilizing this 75 hard to benefit me and those around me and what I want to execute in business the next 75 days, and not for it to be something that drains me. So please make sure that you give me feedback if there are different parts in your entrepreneurial journey and you creating habits that you're wanting specific feedback input. Happy to build that in on these live videos. So I will let you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Again, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I do a lot of trainings around sales, marketing, and strategy, but this series specifically is to show you how you ebb and flow from the professional side of you to the personal side of you seamlessly, and how do you negotiate those conversations and those boundaries within yourself, not within the circumstances, right? And so I hope that this series just brings some behind the scenes glimpses of how we're doing that right now. And if there's any questions in the entrepreneurial space, any questions about coaching, any questions around just again, habit forming one-on-one, would love to come alongside you. In the bio below is a link to my calendar. So if you're following us on this journey and you'd love to connect, I'd love to connect with you. All right. Enjoy your Saturday, everybody. Stay cool. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.